Hey everyone, what is going on? I'm Mike. Today I'm tackling the brand new project, which is going to be the Michael J. Fox filmography. So whether he's the main actor, whether he's a cameo, I'm going to try cover every movie here on the channel as part of this project. And along the way, you're going to see several collaborations with some old and new faces to the channel. And I'm tackling the 1980s Walt Disney movie, Midnight Madness. So if you're brand new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. It's literally the red button, takes you a second or two, and I'd love to see you here again because I'm going to tackle this project, but I also cover Back to the Future projects, general movie reviews, Adventure Days, Disney, and Michael J. Fox was in a movie. Yeah, absolutely crazy. However, it was one of Michael J. Fox's first ever movies, and at least it's kind of credited as his first movie in 1980, where he's credited as Michael Fox. This movie itself is directed by Michael Nankin, who besides this kind of only did like odd episodes of like say Battlestar Galactica, and the film itself stars David Naughton, Michael Fox, Frankie Furst, and yeah, quite a few other actors and actresses that I'm not really too familiar with. So essentially, the plot of Midnight Madness is around a student called Leon who challenges his 5 other roommates kind of college campuses to this great all-nighter event, and essentially chaos erupts from this great all-nighter event. What are my quick overall thoughts on the movie? Well, let me put it this way. It's a very terrible, bad, sort of good movie. I've never actually seen this before, and I'd only really heard of it from listening and reading the Michael J. Fox's autobiography, Lucky Man, back in the day. So I knew this was kind of his first big break movie. In general, you'll probably have a lot more fun with this movie if you've got, say, like friends around, or you're having like a couple of drinks or like a party kind of thing, and you can kind of flick it on in the background. I think for that kind of atmosphere, the movie would excel because it's certainly kind of fun to be had. It's not all terrible, but certainly in that kind of environment more. I think you can go and enjoy it, or unless it's kind of like a guilty pleasure for you. Let's just head straight into my positives of this movie. So Michael J. Fox, of course, credited as Michael Fox. When he's actually in this movie, of course, part of the yellow team, he's actually pretty good. Yeah, he doesn't have much dialogue in this movie whatsoever. He's in this movie for maybe, 10, 15 minutes, if that, maybe a little bit more. He actually shows promise of a great actor in the making. Now, again, he's not in this movie whatsoever for that very much long of the runtime. But for what he is, I definitely think he shows a great performance of the script that he's given, because at the end of the day, the script isn't solid whatsoever. On paper, it sounds like it's going to be just a great, fun, dumb movie, and at parts there definitely is that. So that's kind of another one of my positive. At parts there is that, and some of the comedy definitely does work. Yeah, absolutely. Even if it is 1980 to 2021, some of it holds up. However, definitely the parts that Michael J. Fox is in is great, and some of the acting, odd little bits here and there, some of it's okay. Some of it is kind of like credible, you can kind of get away with. And in terms of just the premise itself about this great all-night event, once we actually get to the event, which it takes far too long to get to, but once we get to that event, some of it is pretty fun. It was enjoyable. I actually didn't mind it, and I was actually having a good time watching that event. So with that in mind, that's kind of about it for my positives. So let's get straight to my negatives. Yeah, definitely an idea better written on paper than translating into a film format. Absolutely, because unfortunately with this movie, it takes far too long to get to this great all-nighter event. And some of the comedy in this is just so cheesy and nostalgic that part of it's enjoyable, but for a lot of the parts, it's just cringy. It just doesn't work, and it doesn't hold up nearly 30 or so years later. Unfortunately, some of the performances also in this as well is just a stinker. It's absolutely rotten performances by some of the actors and actresses in this, where unfortunately it doesn't really hold up as a great Disney classic or a great entry into Michael J. Fox's filmography. It really hasn't kind of stood the test of time. And some of the great all-nighter events, as I say, it is fun for most part, but unfortunately it takes too long to get to that, and the pacing definitely suffers throughout this movie. So with that in mind, my overall score for Midnight Madness is... So yeah, if you've seen Midnight Madness, leave your comments below and let me know what you thought of the film. Did you think Michael J. Fox was good in his kind of first main performance, or were you kind of not really sold on it, and were you not really sold on the movie overall, or is this a guilty pleasure for you? Either way, let me know in the comments below. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up, and again, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, because I'd love to see you again next time. But until the next time that you see me, I'll be seeing you later.